All right. So the reason behind the call was to get your solicitor's information as HMRC has filed a tax fraud lawsuit against you. So, have you received a phone call from your local police department yet?
No, not yet.
So, I don't think so you are aware about this case.
No, up
Or did
until we
some.
started talking, I didn't know anything about it.
Right, so do one thing, grab a pen and paper so that I can provide you the information regarding this case.
Yeah, got pen and paper just here.
Right, so you can note down my name. My name is William Reed, and the batch ID is HMR 291809.
1809. Okay.
And you already have the case file number. It's Romeo Charlie 200120322TF.
Wait, 12032TF. Okay.
So before we proceed further, I would like to notify you that the telephone lines on which we are talking right now are being recorded and monitored by the HMRC, courthouse, and your local police department. So do not hang up the phone or do not interrupt me in between the call, and listen to it very carefully while I read out the legal papers against your name. All
Okay.
right?
Okay.
And I'm giving you a shorty once I complete my work. After that, I will answer all of your questions. So, HMRC conducts a random audit on the taxpayers' tax files every 5 years to look for the signs of discrepancy and the errors. And the similar audit was conducted on your tax files from the year of 2014 till 2019. And during the audit, we found out that there was a miscalculation in your filing for the amount of £1,985. So now that amount is shown as pending and the unpaid under your HMRC account. So HMRC believes this was not a result of an innocent negligence, but it was a willful and innocent act rather than to defraud the government. So, as a result of this issue, the HMRC has filed a lawsuit against you with the following charges. The first one is a violation of HMRC tax laws. The second one is a tax fraud and the tax evasion. The third one is a theft by deception. And the last one is willful misrepresentation of the information against the government organization. So, according to the law, at this point of time, we have decided to forcefully recollect this amount from you by involving the HMRC code 6331H against you. So, this means HMRC will be taking a legal course of action by taking this matter to the courthouse. So, HMRC will be placing a lien against all your personal assets, including your house and your car. All your bank accounts, your debit cards, credit cards will be frozen and suspended. And HMRC will also file a lien on all your official assets, your wages, your benefits that you might be receiving will be stopped. Any existing payment plan with the HMRC will be terminated under the Section 30 AF HMRC code. So, your passport and your driver's license will be seized and suspended. So, there will be a black mark against your national insurance number and your credit report. So, after your case is taken to the court, the amount that you will be asked to pay will be included with the legal expenses and the penalties. The total will come up to £19,945. And moreover, once we terminate this conversation within next 2 hours, a police officer from your local police department will come to your place with all the legal paperwork and with the court summon and a warrant for arrest you. So I just wanna ask you one thing. Uh, did you do this intentionally or was it an honest mistake from your side?
It was an honest mistake from my side. I did not know about
Right.
this whatsoever.
Okay. So by the way, who filed the taxes for you? You are the one who filed the taxes, or your employer filed the taxes for you?
No, I've got a accountant.
Sorry.
I've got an accountant.
Oh, so this is the case. Oh, right. So this is the case of tax fraud against you. So it's you to face the legal actions. So HMRC do not entertain any third party in the case of tax fraud, right? So at this point of time, HMRC is considering the two options, whether it's a mistake from your side or you have done this intentionally to defraud the government with the help of your employer, right? So at this point of time, let me see here. Now, I'm not very much sure whether you can resolve the issue or not, but I can do from my end. I have done my duty, right? So now, for further assistance, what I can do from my end, I can transfer your call to the senior solicitor, and he can advise you what you need to do further, right?
Right, okay.
Please hold on a moment here.
Pass the headset.
Thank you for your patience. I'm speaking to Ms. Steven Getler.
Yeah, that's correct.
Hi, my name is Kevin Shaw. I'm the Senior Investigation Officer with the Legal Department of HR Revenue and Customs. My batch number is 89681. How can I help you?
Yeah, your man said on the phone that I got some outstanding taxes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't want to incur all the extra charges or go have the police on my back. He said that I might be able to just clear my name.
See, I'm not sure about it, first of all, but I'll provide you some information so that you should be able to understand it very clearly. First of all, as you are now very well aware that the government has audited your taxes, that is between the years 2014 and 19, where we found out that there are unusual discrepancies that's sitting towards your taxes. Unusual discrepancies means that your taxes has not been filed correctly during those years. And at this point of time, HMRC is considering two options that either this has been done intentionally to defraud the government, stealing money out of the taxes, which is a committed crime, or this might possibly a mistake or a miscalculation from your side. We are not sure about it. But at this point of time, as we have checked your previous records, we found out that you have a good records in the past. That's the reason. As per the law, HMRC tried to contact you now and provide you with all the information regarding this case to the best of your knowledge before this case goes to the courthouse. Are you clear?
Right, okay.
If you have any other questions to ask, you can ask me before we proceed further.
You said what dates was this from?
It's from 2014 till 2019. You can write this down.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. We've had the same accountant for about 10 years, so I don't get why she's made this mistake all this time.
I'm not sure about it, but you need to understand. As I said, HMRC is considering two options. Both the options are possible with your accountant if you file your taxes through an accountant. Your accountant can make a mistake, or your accountant can file your taxes with the wrong information intentionally to defraud the government, as per your consent or your instructions.
Right.
So that is the reason, as per the law, it's your taxes that has been audited, so you need to face the legal consequences, number one. Second, do you know what is the meaning of an audit?
Yeah, it's where you kind of look over my account. You have a quick scan, make sure that everything's correct.
Very near to it, but I'll explain you who does it audit and why these audits has been done by the HMRC now. First of all, it's not HMRC, it's an Attorney General Office who does the audits, right? Attorney General Office is a government body headquarters London, who's been authorized by the courthouse to pick up randomly any individual tax files for 3 years or 5 years. In your case, it's for 5 years, to get it verified and audit that whether the individual has filed the taxes correctly or not. The reason behind that is because HMRC has a very strong evidence that there are people in the country who are actually not filing their taxes with the correct amounts intentionally. They are stealing money out of the taxes with the help of their accountant or with the help of their employees if they are employed. So to grab those people, these audits has been done through. so that those people should be taken to the courthouse and penalized very strictly with imprisonments and penalties, and their details should be public into their respected counties in local TV channels and newspapers as well, to set an example for those people who are even thinking of defrauding the government in future regarding taxes. HMRC is aware that HMRC cannot put a full stop on this, but yes, HMRC can try to reduce this tax crimes now by doing this. I hope you understand.
Yeah, it makes sense. I'm just a bit shocked by it. I wasn't expecting this sort of thing.
They understand. See, what happened is actually there's one thing that's coming positive as well in favor of you, and the thing that's coming positive is as for the courthouse. Every finger, for example, every finger cannot be an equal finger, right? If you understand, there can be people who are criminals, but there can be people who are honest, or you can say, as per the courthouse, by an innocent behavior or a mistake, they have not filed their taxes correctly or verified from HMRC any year. That's the reason the courthouse has already instructed HMRC that where HMRC believes that it might be a mistake, that person should be given a chance as well. Because HMRC cannot take everyone to the courthouse. I hope you understand what I'm saying now.
Yeah, I
But you need to agree
understand.
with me, sir,
Yeah.
that if HMRC is speaking to 50 people a day, as per my experience, no one is going to admit this is done intentionally. I mean, I'm not pointing a finger at you, but everyone claims it is a mistake. No one is going to admit this is done intentionally when they come to know that now they are going to lose everything very shortly. That is the reason the only way how to differentiate, first of all, I'll explain you, by HMRC instructed by the courthouse is to check your previous records. Because as per the law, your previous records they speak for yours. You got it?
Yeah, I understand.
Now, when we check the previous records in these cases, and in one situation, the first situation occurs where when we found out that a person doesn't have a clean records in the past. Doesn't have a clean records means a person has any illegal activities or bank frauds or anything else that is attached with his or her name. In that case, HMRC do not even contact them once. HMRC directly takes them to the courthouse and penalize them. You cannot challenge HMRC in these cases. It's the sole discretion of HMRC as per authorization of courthouse. But on the other situation where, I'm sorry, HMRC finds out that a person has a clean records in the past, like for example, you when we checked your previous records, we found out you have a very clean records in the past. You're not a regular offender. Regular offender means that you have never been involved in any kind of illegal activities or any legal cases against your name in the past. This is the first time you are facing this kind of a situation where there's a legal matter against your name. Otherwise, you have a very clean records in the past, which I understood. And that is the only reason, as per the law, HMRC is bound to contact you once to provide you with all the information regarding this case to the best of your knowledge and provide you one fair enough chance to resolve this case if you wish to do it.
Yeah, I'd like to
So at
resolve
this
this
point of,
case. I'd like to resolve this
I
case,
mean,
please.
I'm not sure whether it is possible or not, but first of all, you have two options, obviously. The first option is that either you can challenge this into the courthouse, where we have provided you every information what's going to happen. If this case goes to the courthouse, there will be penalties and violence. In the next 2 hours, your bank accounts will be frozen. You will be getting arrested and taken to the courthouse. The second option is, as you have a clean record, we can yes speak to the court committee members and take your decision again in favor of you. I mean, regarding your case, where they will put a hold on your warrant. That is for next 45 minutes to 1 hour, the same time duration, and then it becomes your responsibility. Obviously, we can provide you a chance to resolve this case out of the courthouse. That comes under OIC, that is offer in compromise, where obviously you need to pay back this amount that you owe to the government, that is 1985, but you cannot pay directly to HMRC. We do not accept debit credit cards, sir. There are certain conditions of the courthouse which you need to follow if you wish to resolve this case to pay this amount and cancel your warrant first. If you believe that you will be able and you have any honest intentions to do it and you want to do it, I can explain you those conditions first. I
Yes,
understand those conditions. I'm sorry.
yes, I'd like to pay back, please. Yeah, I want to clear
See,
my
I'm not
name.
sure as I said, but what I'll do is first of all, I'll explain you the conditions first of all of the courthouse, right? Just understand those conditions first, and then let me know your decision again. Finally, that what you want to do will go as per your decision. If you take a step forward, obviously, HMRC is going to take two steps forwards to take you out of this case as you are an honest person in the past.
Right.
But you need to be understand clear one thing that as you have an honest records in the past, that doesn't mean a person cannot commit a crime in future, right? So you need to understand HMRC is not going to give you any chance to run away from a situation. You're standing on the same situation, same queue, where everyone is standing, where there are people who are honest, but where there are people who are not honest as well. So as you said that you want to resolve this case, we can speak to the core committee members, but before that, I'll ask you a few questions. Please be honest over this recorded call. And I'm sure now you're aware that your bank accounts want you to give any false statements over this recorded call. Be honest to the best of your knowledge, right? Can you tell me if we speak to them, do you have the funds available in your bank account to pay back to the courthouse? That is
Yes,
1985.
I can pay that amount. Yes.
Okay. In that case, what I'll do is I'll explain you those conditions first right now. Just listen to those conditions very carefully. Interrupt me where you will not be able to understand any condition. I'll repeat it to you because we don't want you to make any mistake following any guidelines of the courthouse. Because I hope you understand. As for the courthouse, money is not at all important in these cases. The important thing is whether a person has an honest intentions or not. And the courthouse has laid out these conditions only because of a reason that a person who is not honest should not try to run away from a situation. Clear? So I'll start with the condition one. The first condition of the court is, as this is the case, where now HMRC can provide you one fair enough chance to resolve this matter out of the courthouse, being you have a very clean records in the past. Otherwise, HMRC do not provide these kind of a chances to everyone. You are not supposed to terminate or put this call on a mute or a hold now. It might take 45 minutes, it might take more than that. You need to have patience, you need to stay calm. You need to understand the reason behind that is, as for the courthouse now, if you agree to resolve this case now and pay this amount, every second of your conversation, your activities should be recorded very clearly over this recorded call to play it afterwards into the courthouse. That you're not trying to misguide the government by any means. You are putting all of your honest efforts to resolve this matter out of the courthouse. So to make sure that a person who is not honest should not try to run away, you need to stay over the phone now. Are you clear?
Yeah, I understand.
Now, the second condition of the court is, as this is the case, that comes under the Subjudicial Act, Chapter 63C of the courthouse. That means that as you have a clean records in the past, as per the law, HMRC is bound to provide you one fair and chance to resolve this case out of the courthouse. That is the reason that the case has not yet been downloaded, or you can say executed against your name into the courthouse yet. And HMRC has not yet put this case into any kind of a public records. Public records means HMRC is not involved or informed regarding this case to anyone, not public this case, not to your society, not your relatives, not your bankers. Otherwise, your bankers could have already frozen your bank accounts. They will not let you do any transactions as well because they don't take any chances on their reputation. So as HMRC has maintained your respect, your dignity, sir, till this point of time, so the same has been expected from your side because no one is above the law. I hope you agree with that. Neither HMRC nor you. So whatever protocols HMRC is following of the courthouse, you need to follow as well. That means you're not supposed to public this case or involve anyone till the matter will not be resolved and your warrant gets cancelled after you pay this amount to the courthouse. Are you clear?
Yeah, I understand.
Now, the last condition is that as this is a case of your bad taxes, that needs to be converted into good taxes. None of your debit cards, none of your credit cards, none of your banking details will be accepted over the phone, as I said earlier, if you remember, as for the courthouse instructions. The reason is because your personal details are your personal financial details, and it's a recorded call which has to be played either against or in favor of you in front of a jury members. So there should not be any personal details of your banking and anything that should be recorded. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I understand. I'm listening.
Yeah. The reason behind that is because as you cannot pay directly to HMRC as well, you need to pay to the courthouse. Your case is downloaded in the courthouse, that is at Wandsworth County Court. So if you now agree that you will be able to follow all the conditions, we'll speak to the core committee members. They will put a hold on your warrant now for next 45 minutes, 1 hour, and then they will create an account in the name of a judge or a jury member of your case. It takes time to do it. You need to have patience if you agree. The time they generate an account, I'll provide it to you. You need to go online banking over your phone and complete a transaction in that account for 1985 and take a screenshot, a picture of it. The reason you need to take a picture is, as an evidence, you need to send it to our official email address, which I'll give it to you when I get it, which is attached with your courthouse. When you send the picture, they start the procedure to cancel your warrant. It takes 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes sometimes. And then there will be an appointment set up of a tax officer to visit and meet you tomorrow between 9 to 5 at an agreed time with you, where the tax officer will visit and meet you. He will sit with you. He will take a session of yours for say 30 to 45 minutes, where he will show you all of your miscalculations black and white in front of you year by year, that where the things went wrong, so that you should be able to understand very clearly that how this amount has been accumulated. And after seeing all the papers, if you agree that yes, this amount you owe to the government, he will provide you all the clearance certificates, out of which one copy of a clearance certificate of a courthouse, you need to sign it, which will be submitted back to the courthouse. And the time they receive the copy signed by you, then they will transfer the money to HMRC. But by any case, if you refuse that tomorrow this is not the amount you want to dispute it, he will provide you a dispute form, which you need to sign it, which will be submitted back to the courthouse, and the courthouse will transfer money back to your account. But the dispute again raises, but that will be between HMRC and you. There will not be any legal proceedings then, because you have already followed all the protocols of the courthouse today. Are you clear?
Yeah,
You have any
I
questions, you can
understand.
ask me now, and then you can let me know your final decision, what you need to do. We'll
No,
go as per your
I
decision.
understand. Everything's been made very clear.
Okay, so can I have your decision? What do you want to do? Do you
Yeah.
want to resolve this case? Shall we speak to the core committee members, or do you want us to sign your warrant now?
I would like to sort this.
Perfect. Now, as for the verifications as well, we need to verify from the Attorney General office. Which bank do you bank with? Which one do you want to use it? Can you tell me so that we can verify with the Attorney General office?
Yeah, I'm with HSBC.
It's HSBC. Okay. Now you need to stay over the call. I'll say hello to you after every 30 seconds. It takes some time for us to get the details in the name of a judge or a jury member. The time I get it, I'll provide it to you. But before that, there will be a reference number that will be generated by your courthouse, which identifies you that they have put a hold on your warrant now.
Right,
So
okay.
be online, please. Just stay there now. Have patience, right?
Okay.
Now, the other thing I just want to tell you, when you meet the tax officer tomorrow, and he will show you all the papers and you sign the warrant, he will also educate you that how you can every year verify from HMRC that whether your taxes has been filed correctly or not. The reason behind that is because this situation, if comes again, you can rectify then and there that year only. That's the reason, okay? So that this kind of a situation doesn't occur again.
Right, okay.
So can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello?
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 Hello, can you hear
Hello?
me?
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, there we go. Sorry, I lost the signal a bit there. You went all fuzzy.
Yeah, I think that the call went mute. I don't know what happened. I think that you had just terminated the call. That's the reason. Can you hear me now clearly?
Yes, I can hear you.
Perfectly fine. Just stay with me now, okay?
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you come back? I got the details in the name of a judge or a jury member of your case. You can write down and complete the transaction now.
Right, 1 second.
Let me know when you're ready.
Okay.
I'll give you the name first of all. I'll spell it to you.
Yep.
It's L as in Lima. Now you can write down the sort code, sir. It's 04. Now you can write down the account number. It's 15. Yeah, you can write down the amount. That is 1985.
1985. Yeah, that's correct.
Can you repeat me the reference number that you need to put in, which I've given to you, generated by the courthouse, so that you should have the right one?
Yeah, you said it's SG1985.
That's perfectly fine. You need to put it in the reference when you do a transaction now.
Okay.
You can put me on a speakerphone. I'll say hello to you after every 30 seconds. You can go ahead and now complete your transaction, but don't forget to take a picture of it, right?
No, that's
I'll provide
fine.
you the email address when I get it.
Do I need
If you face...
Do I need to do this as a business or a personal transaction? I'm guessing it's business.
Personal transaction.
Personal, okay.
Yeah. It's your personal taxes, right? So it has to be the personal transaction.
Okay.
Whenever you want to ask anything when you do a transaction, you can ask me. I'll help you out. That's correct. After that?
Yeah, I put through the number. Yeah, I've put through the number 1985.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, come back with transaction failed. This account cannot be found.
No, this account cannot be found. Do you see the option that says continue?
I can see the option where it tells you that you are a scammer. Thank you for the bank details. That's already been reported. Whoop whoop. Complete.